Good morning, everyone. It's Luna Bell. Y'all, I want to share this audio recording with you, but it's something she tells me that she shared with me, and it's meaningful. It means a lot to me. But I listened to it here lately to remind me, y'all, because I have to remember I get angry about the things that were done to me, especially the things. It's been almost 4 years since my husband passed. Next month, March 14th. It was 41 on my timer when I said that. But y'all, I'm just now beginning to understand that I'm a victim and a survivor of a honeypot for the love of money by family. Now, this is what I want to share with you. Now, this is for entertainment purposes for TikTok only, 18 plus, trigger warning. I'm so blessed to know these people.
You and you're just that soul and you don't want anyone else to hurt as you have.
Yeah, y'all, that is the part I wanted you to hear. When I told you, I'm just now realizing that I'm a victim survivor. I have a honeypot scheme. One of the things they like to do if they, it's what I called encourage to unalive yourself. Thank you for confirmation on my phone there. Yeah, what I want to show you is a receipt from my best friend's daughter, Nutter Butter. And this was after an episode back in, the communication is June 22nd of 23. And this is right after I had been in the hospital for problems with my heart, chest pain. And she says, "Are you okay? Mom said you were in the hospital. Was it me? Did I stress you out? I'm so sorry." She immediately made my heart problems about her. She became the victim in my story. And I said, "No, it's not you. They just gave me some nitro paste and Toradol. Medicines to help with heart pains." Thank you for confirmation on my phone. This is when I went to the hospital. And my mama and my sister, one that's best friends with my best friend and my best friend's daughter, Nutter Butter. Part of the honeypot scheme that encourages people to unalive themselves or will encourage the stress even more. Y'all, it was in the hospital at this time that my mama and sister sat there and at the foot of my hospital bed and told me that I had cheated on my husband. Y'all, I never had. But it was also that time when I was trying to get two of my children, the only ones who lived in the area, to go to my home and feed my animals because I was in the hospital with chest pains. So they admitted me and put me on nitro paste and Toradol. Y'all, this is the result. This is why I speak out. Because, see, y'all, it's not just on the physical level that you are attacked. It's one of the reasons I point out that when I'm triggered, I go to my doctor, my nurse practitioner, and I try to speak. But y'all, honestly, a lot of times it's the frustration of speaking out, especially when you have been shut down and abused your whole life, when you do speak out. Or when you endure almost 4 years of smear campaigns and active gang stalking and targeting. Y'all, I speak out now because I'm beginning to understand how even my husband roofied me when we were married. That when I would take my nighttime medicine at 7 p.m., it was always 7 p.m. because that's when my husband allowed me to sit down and stop working for the day. I started work normally by the time he passed by 3 a.m. in the morning. I'd already have my floors swept, mopped, and bleached and everything. Y'all, what I see is a cycle of abuse that continues, with people using the institution of marriage, allegedly, to put a pretty looking band-aid with designer images on it to cover what they do, and to encourage others to turn the other cheek. We don't want to get involved in family matters. I see the sleight of hands, the back slaps, just as I'm aware of like large property bundles in PCB being exchanged, allegedly, by family members. The palming of hands, as they say. But y'all, even there you see my anger and my own desire to hurt, and you see me stopping it. Vengeance isn't mine. My right to live is. That every time I have picked up the pieces of what was destroyed, or how I kept my silent and kept going, and to move on, that there was always someone wanting to tear it down. I will speak out about the patterns I see. I didn't see all the fraud and corruption until I went through this myself. And having the brutality of the band-aids that were over my own eyes. I kept asking, when I channeled for Bradley, I channeled much of my own life, shared much of everything, names and all. But it was then that I began to see the connections between people's career choices, their marriages, the lifestyle, and the pattern of the honey pot. And y'all, I can't but be reminded of the pillar of salt in Sodom and Gomorrah, lifestyles of the rich and famous, how people envy that. Sodom and Gomorrah. Y'all, I had that ugly band-aid ripped off my eyes. I can't unsee it now. I see a system rigged to encourage such behavior of the lifestyle. I see a people so broken with their own intrinsic nature, their own intrinsic human natures that they deny, that they'd rather put an ugly band-aid on it and call that the institution of faithful marriage, while they hide the ugliness of their scab beneath what they call the lifestyle, which they tarnish as well. There are many within the lifestyle who are fine. I want to heal. I want to recover. But I ain't hiding your ugly. I see it. Saw it within me. I saw how it was when I was roofied by my husband that I didn't even know when, where, how, what, when happened with my children by my husband, allegedly, and how it continues within families with the young shuffling in the new for profit. Many blessings to you. Blessed be.